Hey guys, welcome back to another Bustin experience, and I am once again joined by my awesome buddies Chris, Wayne, and Mongo. Everybody say hi.
Hi. What's going on?
So we're still alive.
Yep, still alive, still quarantined,
Sorry.
and Corona.
That's such an
See what we
original
got to deal with.
joke, man. We haven't heard that before.
And it gives you material to make fun of me.
We already got plenty.
It's true, we do.
Just
We're
look
not
at me.
lying.
But I hope you guys are doing okay out there. I know it's probably getting tough. I actually wanted to talk about today about the economy, about how coronavirus is going to impact us on that. So what do you guys think?
Well,
Any initial thoughts?
didn't the Dow just bump up 1,200 points?
It did. But
It did a little, and with the whole stimulus package helping people out, hopefully that'll...
Entertainment's honestly gonna suffer the most.
yeah, non-essential
I'm-
stuff's
I'm-
probably really going to suffer.
I really don't care about entertainment. I'm sorry, they live in multi-million-dollar mansions, and they're talking about like, oh my gosh, I'm quarantined. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have a gym, a pool, and all this stuff.
You sound kind of jealous, Mongo.
I wish I did that, of course.
I was just saying. I mean, that's the most obvious.
Don't you work for an entertainment industry though?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So shouldn't you care about?
He probably should care.
I'm not talking about
comes
the
from.
entertainment industry. I'm talking about like the actors and actresses. That's what I'm talking about.
That's not what I was talking about, though.
Oh yeah. Well, I just hope Disney stays afloat. I love you.
I think
Mickey
Disney
Mouse.
will be okay.
How? Anybody have the
I don't
numbers
know,
on
man.
that? How much?
I know
how much
about-
the theme parks make a day?
Oh, it's billions.
Disney is losing $20 million a day. The parks are
I believe it.
closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making a lot.
There was rumors saying they're going to go upside down, but I mean, I think
Honestly,
they got enough
well, the
erroneous
thing
stuff
is-
like with Disney Plus. and
Yeah.
to
There
keep
was
them
a
afloat.
yeah, it's true.
There was a rumor that Apple's going to try to buy them.
No, there's no way.
Apple?
There's no way.
I don't know about
Well,
that.
right now their stock is what, like lowest it's ever been.
Disney's the biggest legalized monopoly in recent years.
This is true.
But-
What do they have? They have Marvel, Star Wars, you name it.
Fox.
Disney probably
Yeah.
has it.
John Fox
ESPN.
21st Century Fox.
is still a big,
Yeah.
big part.
But I know that 3 million people, I think it's around 3 million, that have already filed for unemployment.
In
And
the state of Florida. Yeah.
yeah, and I think this is going to rival, if not exceed, the Great Depression, which during the Great Depression, I think it was like, what, a fifth or a quarter of people of the workforce didn't have jobs. And I mean, what, you got 3 million people that just filed initially, and you have 300 million people, about 320, I think it is, population, which not all that's the workforce, but I mean, that's still basically 10-12% right there.
I think those numbers are. I think it's just people overreacting. I mean, I don't think we're going to go in the Great Depression. I don't think we're going to go into oppression.
Well-
I think it's people just being, because jobs are telling people, hey, you can file for unemployment, and people are like, oh, I need money. So like mass quantities are filing for unemployment. I mean, I think people are going to lose their jobs, but I don't think it's going to be to like the extent of the depression.
But I mean, on the flip side of that, I did see jobs like it was like Pizza Hut, I think Walmart, Amazon. They're all kind of banding together to
They're hiring hundreds
give,
of
yeah,
thousands of people.
yeah, and I think it totaled to around 500,000 new jobs.
Shout out to all the restaurants and retail stores, healthcare workers that are still working and keeping our country running.
I also heard
Shout out to
about
them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got an email to Chipotle because I'm Chipotle, so they send you emails. They sent me an email saying they're raising their employees' hourly rate 10% during this.
Well,
whole time,
that's great.
Nice,
which
yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
And there's also things you can go online to Venmo and stuff, and they have called like tip your bartender, so you can go on and like donate $1 a day to hospitality, like Ale House.
Nice.
So Ale House will actually go and tip all their employees, so they still are getting tips and stuff.
Well, we had takeout the other night, and I tipped them almost 30%.
And Logan, can you look up the current unemployment
My wife
people
just did a
filed?
haircut today, and the haircut she only charged the guy $20.
Mm-hmm.
Tipped her $25.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, you're gonna
Well,
see.
I'm sure
the-
that industry is
Yeah.
hurting too right now.
Oh, dude. The owner of the salon, dude. She does about 10 to 12 people a day. She's doing like 4 to 5 a day.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
she's
That's
like
crazy.
my
Yeah.
wife. She's had a lot of cancellations.
Yeah.
A lot.
But I think you're going to see that too. A lot of people are going to have hearts through all this, and trying to help, which is a good thing. But then you're
That's
going
not going to be on the news.
No,
No,
only the
that
bad
won't be
stuff.
on the news.
No.
Only the bad stuff. But you know what
Yeah.
kind of Logan.
Just this was yesterday. It says over 3.3 million people have filed for unemployment.
3.3.
Yeah.
Where
3.3 million
And-
Just
in the nation.
in
Yeah.
the nation right now.
Yeah. So I mean that number is just going to increase too
Yeah, but
dramatically.
that's because people were, like I said, I think people were freaking out.
Yeah, let your Mongo, you said before we started you didn't know if you were getting paid or not.
I don't know if I'm getting paid.
Did you find out if that was true?
No, my dad's in our union, and he hasn't even been told yet.
Hmm.
And he's on our union board.
It's scary stuff.
Dude,
It is.
one thing that's been kind of pissing me off too is like you look at people and they're like bashing like big businesses and all that stuff, which honestly it's like you said, like they're the ones keeping us afloat right now. Like you
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
Tesla and General Motors building ventilators for people. You got a bunch of other companies handing out and donating masks. I mean, all these people are just banning.
Masks are a big thing.
Yeah, I know.
Right now.
And I mean they're the truck industry is still
Shout out
going.
to them.
Yeah, like
did you see what a lot of fast food joints and they were just doing like drive-through, but a lot of them, because a lot of fast food places don't allow big rigs
mhm.
to pull up. So what they're doing is if they drive a truck, they're letting them come inside, order
Nice.
food,
That's awesome.
and
That's
take their
good.
food. Did you see what they did in New York?
Mm-mm.
There was a truck driver sleeping in his cab. They towed his truck.
Seriously?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's aggravating.
Well, I think the biggest thing that we need to respect is the truck drivers, because they're keeping this nation running right now.
Yeah.
You don't get your supplies, like
Yeah,
now we're gonna
we're
start
dead.
rioting.
Yeah. Also, we shouted out a bunch of people, healthcare last time and hospitality and all that, but also the cops on the road.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they're
Big wall
they're
work.
actually having to deal with face-to-face contact with
Yeah.
no protection.
Yeah.
Oh, I can only imagine. I can
Mhm.
only imagine.
I mean, healthcare. I mean, at least you guys get some. Cops don't get any protection.
Yeah,
so
that's
I mean,
very
and they're
true.
still out there doing their thing, and they're kind of getting unrecognized.
I mean, there's a long. I mean,
like,
Of course,
Sorry.
the cops always
No, you're
kind of
good.
screwed out of
yeah,
that.
like my biggest concern with this whole coronavirus thing is my dad, because my dad, he's a retired cop, but he's back now. He's working for the Orlando airport as
Oh, wow.
a cop.
that's cool.
He works part time just to have something to do.
Oh,
but
that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
to me, it's scary because he's 60 and he has heart problems.
And an airport is
And
not
an
a safe
airport-
place to be right
and
now.
Are they shut down or no?
No, there's no. And
There's
actually,
no-
a police officer got it where he works.
Wow.
So it's like I kind of get scared for him because he's older. He's got health problems. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
and he's just nobody thinks about it. It's like cop in an airport. It's a dangerous job, and especially TSA too. Shout out
Mhm.
to TSA
Yeah.
for still
Yeah.
being security and having all that face-to-face contact.
And I think now we're at what? We're at 80,000. Can you look that one up too, Logan?
80,000
cases.
85,000.
85,000
And
then
cases.
Florida?
No, cases. Just
15
Just
in
nationwide.
Yeah,
1,500
we-
deaths.
I think
Mhm.
We're the big. We have the most confirmed cases.
well, we got to
The
be. We're
thing is,
America. We got.
I'm sorry. I don't believe that we have more than China, because they live in a communist country and the government controls the news.
Yeah.
So if they say, "Oh no, we're good. We don't have any more cases,"
And you might be right
I mean,
on that.
Yeah.
You might be right on
But
that,
it's
but
hard
they've
to
also
know.
had
Yeah, but-
they've also had more time to recover too.
New York
as well.
is getting hit hard.
New York
Yeah.
is bad.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, they didn't shut down, and I know that was a big part of it. Like for a while, to like the last second.
there was a viral video going around on Facebook with a ER physician just
Mhm.
talking about everything going on. And
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
saw something. He worked in Brooklyn. He was a doctor in Brooklyn.
I didn't see that. Oh,
Yeah,
the one I saw was
okay.
with a female.
Yeah, this was like an Asian guy, and he was he was an ER, huh? He was Indian.
I said it's got to be an Asian guy, right?
Well, he was Indian. Technically Asian. But,
Yeah. What's the cases at? Sorry, Wayne. What was the cases at?
Just in Florida alone, there's over 2,900 cases, and there's also 34 deaths in Florida.
Just in Florida alone.
Yeah.
Wow.
that's 85,000
nationwide right
now.
Let me look at
Yeah. Look at the nation.
That's
as
what I
well.
saw today. But
Yeah. Continue your thought, Wayne.
yeah, but he was saying there because most doctors aren't allowed to, or even healthcare people aren't allowed to, I guess, go on the news and say things publicly. Like most of them get turned down, but this guy, I guess, came out and he was like, yeah, he's like, I see an average of 3 deaths a day in Brooklyn,
Mhm.
Hospital. most of the time there's so many people in the Brooklyn hospital. They're sending people out to other hospitals across New York because they just can't handle it. And they're supposed to be. I think it's like if you get corona in your healthcare, you're supposed to wait 7 days before you come back.
Yeah.
Now they're telling them to come back after 3 days if the symptoms aren't strong.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Dang.
That's insane.
and I was
Like it's so packed in New York that they're doing surgeries in the hallway.
yeah.
You know what is so
It's
crazy?
legit.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
they showed like the hallway. It's like you may think this is a room, but this is a hallway, and there's just like people.
just piled up.
You
Wow.
know what is so crazy? Just as strong of a nation we are, and something so small like this, blown out of proportion
Yeah.
with the media. I mean, it is serious.
No,
Don't
yeah,
get
it's
me wrong,
serious.
but how
Oh my
unprepared we are for this. Like,
All right.
hospital, everything.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I just got confirmation from my dad. I am getting paid till
Told
the
you.
18th.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, definitely
Dude.
blessed. Definitely
I love
blessed.
Thank you for letting me know that.
Thanks for the shout out to the girl.
Oh
When
my
it comes
gosh.
on
I'm
the
sorry,
helps.
like,
It's gonna be a female.
Well, still, I'm still gonna apply for that job though.
Hold on,
Next month.
Logan, go ahead.
Okay, so Wayne, you were right. There is 81,000
81,000.
21 people that have been infected by this,
It's 15.
and over more than 1,000 deaths.
I think it was
And
close
it
to
says
15.
it's-
Most of I saw this
Mhm.
morning.
Like it's more, like it even says more cases than China, Italy, or any other country has seen.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, it's moving fast. That's for sure.
I was this morning. I was watching. I try to turn away from the news.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I read and keep up with everything, but like I try to stay away from like
The mainstream.
the mainstream media, like with
Fox,
this.
CNN,
Mhm.
MSNBC.
Yeah.
I watched one of their videos today, and
Yeah.
it was I literally had to turn it off halfway through because it honestly made me sick.
Yeah.
Because they were playing this really like sad, somber music
Mhm.
as they talk about people dying and how and everything was political. Everything was Trump's fault.
Yeah.
Everything was pointed towards how the Republicans are screwing over the country. I'm like, how does this have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Like, if you truly
It
care about
doesn't.
the people and
Yeah.
truly care
They
about
don't.
getting news out, you wouldn't be talking about this. And there was some doctor on there, obviously political.
Mm-hmm.
He was like saying Trump's an idiot. Healthcare physicians are idiots because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it's everybody's fault but his. And it's like everybody's fault but theirs, and it's all about views and clicks. And it's just honestly, it's disgusting, and that's why I don't watch
Yeah,
it.
I agree. And it doesn't matter whose fault it is at this
It
point.
doesn't.
Like
It does not
it's
matter.
it's all about just handling the situation that you're in now.
It's who's the scapegoat.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all they want. They want a scapegoat who they're going to blame, and Trump is the easiest.
And I
easiest person.
I
to
watched
blame.
several videos, and it all was like, after the 2008 Ebola crisis, Trump should have been way more prepared than he was, because this is just like, we should have known this was coming, because we're so unprepared. We should have known since 2008. We should have. I was like, well, wasn't Obama in office 4 years after that?
Mhm.
Shouldn't his main goal was to prepare for healthcare
Yeah.
and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like,
that's a
yeah,
good
I
point.
mean, we could have prepared better, but it's like, it's not all Trump's fault.
But not just that. I think his initial response before this thing even got started, like after the first death, he closed immediately.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
Yeah.
super smart. Like, and everybody was giving him crap for that.
They were calling him racist.
They were calling him a racist,
They
and then
were
it
calling
got
him racist
bad.
for shutting the borders down.
I
Like,
give
he
him props.
wanted- he
I give
wanted-
him props.
And but the thing is, and then people coming out like, "Oh, you're racist for shutting the borders down," and then the media's like, then the media
Well,
went
they
within
call
the
him
liberal.
racist for everything.
Yeah,
so.
like he's like, "Oh man, I stubbed my toe." What? You're racist against
Did you
corners
hear
now?
this reporter? She was like, did you hear one of your people in your party call it the Kung flu virus?
Yeah.
And he's like, what? He's like, what'd you say? He's like, the Kung flu. And he's like, who said that? Someone in your party.
Who?
Okay, cool. And he just kind of like
Yeah.
moved on.
Yeah.
And it's like, why?
They're trying to make a big
Or
deal out
even
of something.
You can't even say who it is. Like,
Yeah.
Or that lady, he was doing press conferences. Not even like he was talking about, not even, I forgot what guy he named. Like, he won't even use the China virus. So people are calling you racist. He goes, no, it's not racist. It came from China. It came from China.
people haven't heard that whole clip here because afterwards he says the reason why he called it the Chinese virus is because the Chinese were saying it was our American soldiers' fault.
Yeah.
And he was saying, I'm not going to let that stand. I'm not
Stand.
going to say our soldiers, it's their fault.
Yeah.
And I guess my thing is if like, what would you, like, anybody that wants to leave it in the comments, like, what would you do different? Like, everybody is criticizing him, but what would you do different?
There's no
like,
feedback.
Like, I hate it when people are so critical,
They
and
start
then they
critical
don't
and
have,
nitpicking
they said,
everything he does, but what would you do?
they don't say, like, you know what, I would have probably done it this way.
Or-
You know what I'm saying? At least you're giving some type of actual feedback, you know, and people can be like, okay, that might be a good idea, or no, that's stupid, you know?
One of the underlying things I see is they'll say, "Oh, Trump is doing this wrong and this wrong," they say Trump is doing bad. He's doing bad. Why is he doing bad? And no one really says why he's doing bad or like what he could do better. They're just saying he's doing bad.
Or they claim, like, you know, he's racist. Okay, how's he racist? What did he do? You know what I'm
Just
saying?
trying to make him look bad.
And being Chinese is not a race.
It's actually a nationality, I
It's
know.
a nationality. So,
So-
I'm just putting that out there.
Besides,
Well, it'd be no different saying if it came from England. Well, this is the English virus.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the Ebola virus.
Mm-hmm.
Or this is the Japanese virus. Or
Actually,
the
the West-
American virus.
the
or
West Nile
whatever.
virus, that's actually a very racist term.
Yeah, just take it over there. What were we saying?
I was just saying, besides politically,
Yeah,
because
I'm on a podcast right now.
See what we got to deal with?
Good job.
Unbelievable.
very professional.
Wow.
Making him edit everything. Come on.
I'm not going to edit that out. I want people to see the raw.
The real
I think we should. So
Like when
wait-
Mongo farted, I didn't cut it out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, when people get grossed out for someone farting, I understand, like, yes, it smells, but it's natural. If you hold a fart in,
It naturally
actually-
smells.
Exactly. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, it's natural. It's a natural thing.
So like, never mind.
Well,
We're just
I mean-
gonna move past it.
Yeah, can we?
I mean, not to get off topic, but I mean, if you're with your friends, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
But if you're out in a public place in front of, let's say, Trump, are you gonna fart in front of Trump?
If I have to, yeah.
Mongo would do more than that.
Come on, man. It's called respect and manners.
No, I understand respecting manners, but I'm gonna try to hold it in. But if I can, I'm gonna let it out.
Anyways,
Okay,
let's move
moving on.
past
All
it.
right, moving on.
Let's move
So
past it.
besides politics, because everybody wants to point towards politics, like it's politics' fault. Like how since the 2 weeks we did this, how has it affected you guys since the 2 weeks?
Other than taking extra kids into the home, not much.
I've been off for the past 2 weeks, and I just got, like I said earlier, just got approved that I'm going to be getting paid through the 18th of April. So I haven't worked yet, but I'm going to find like a little second job, help out, extra cash.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
What about you, Wayne?
Just stay in quarantine. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's
that's all you
that.
can really.
Wait,
Like I am in.
not 6 feet.
It's fine.
I'm in agreement of like limiting contact and like washing your hands and basic hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it should have been to the extent that it is now. Maybe New York because it is bad there.
Yeah.
But like forcing people to stay in their homes.
That's borderline martial law.
Not forcing. It's not technically anything because like if you're in Orlando right now, you're in lockdown. But
Mhm.
I can still do what I want, and if police pull you over, just be like, yeah, I'm going to the store. Okay. They have no probable cause to explore beyond that.
Yeah.
They have no probable cause to like ticket you.
Yeah.
Unless like they have proof that you're not going to the store.
Like even my dad said, you get pulled over, just say, why'd you pull me over? Oh, I was checking on you. You have no cause to pull me over.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I mean, there's nothing they can really do
Yeah.
to keep you in your homes.
What about you, Chris? How's it changed over the last couple weeks?
Well, we've had to make a lot of changes just because of the wedding and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, we've been driving ourselves crazy in the house, just trying to find stuff to do. I can tell you more when I go back to work.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna be crazy
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
That's nuts right now.
A few of my coworkers that work are saying, "Dude, be glad you're off for a few more days because it's nuts right now." So I'll be able to answer that question a little bit more thoroughly when I have to go back to work and be on the front lines of this crap.
Yeah, I know, man.
I'll tell a story what I told you about racetrack.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't think I told you.
No.
So I was getting gas the other day, and this lady kind of waved me over, and I thought she was asking for money, so I just kind of,
Yeah.
And then she walked over, and she's like, "Hey, how are you on toilet paper?" And I was like, "I'm good." And I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "Oh, I was gonna sell you some." And I was like, "Okay, how much?" And she's like, 20 for a 4-pack. And I was like, oh, no, I appreciate it, but I'm good. And then I walked inside and was like, hey, can I talk to your manager? And then he's like, what's up? I was like, yeah, lady in the black sedan. She's selling toilet paper at a plus 10% increase, like interest. He's like, you probably call cops.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see a lot of that too, price
That's
gouging.
terrible.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds sweet.
Did you hear what Amazon did? Amazon deleted 3,900 accounts for price gouging.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's great.
I'm sorry, that's fantastic.
Shout out to Amazon. I love Amazon.
Yeah, they're big
Mhm.
business,
I
though.
love
Yeah, they're big business, so they're naturally.
All right, you
evil.
guys want to talk about the stimulus package?
Yeah, I was going to actually just hit on that.
I will be biased with Amazon. I love Amazon.
Yeah.
I spend too much money on Amazon.
Yeah, so what do you guys think of the stimulus package?
I think it's fine.
I think it's great.
I think it's
Yeah.
great.
I like the fact that
It's better than nothing.
Let,
It
and
is,
let's talk
but-
about the back and forth too on that thing.
Oh, isn't? But the Democrats are voting on it today, right?
Yeah, can you check that? Can you see if they
Did
voted?
they say it's over?
Well, the thing is, did you see what the Democrats try to put in their stimulus package?
Yes.
No, what?
I
they
didn't
try
see
to,
that.
dude. They try to sneak so much stuff in.
Yeah, they
Like, I'm sorry.
Planned Parenthood funding, the Green New Deal. I mean,
Like
a bunch of
everything
stuff.
they wanted funding for, they're like, oh, let's just slide that in and see, you know. And then the other one was the emissions that planes put out. They wanted
Oh yeah, reduce it by 50%, or no,
Yeah.
by a
Planes-
lot,
Yeah.
by 2050.
What does all that crap have to do with helping the American people right now?
Absolutely nothing.
What up, Logan?
Yeah, look.
So apparently, like this was yesterday. It says fact check. Not true that no Democrat has voted on the stimulus package. That's what it says, and this is on
So it's
USA Today.
you said not true that no Democrat.
Like no Democrat has voted on this package.
Yeah, but they were talking about it today, this morning. There
Okay.
was a big
So-
meeting this morning. It was
Oh,
live.
Every
okay.
day it's changing. So one day ago could have been like
Well, yesterday's
it
Trump.
changes every day.
Yesterday's Trump came out yesterday and said it was 96-0 for the stimulus
Nice.
for the
That's good.
House,
Yeah.
and now it's like I heard it was passed on to the Democrats.
And one thing, I don't know if you guys heard about that too, and this is frustrating, is because the reason they shot down the initial stimulus package was because they said that Trump hinted at trying to take a big slice of it for himself, and I'm
He
like,
needs the money.
and then
Yeah.
which hold on, Hear
Hasn't
my
he donated most of his
yeah,
salary?
his
No, not
he's
most.
all of it,
All of it? Yeah. I'm
He's
sorry.
the second president
Sorry,
to
all
ever do
of
that.
He's a billionaire.
and
Yeah,
and
he's actually lost money because of him becoming president.
and he's also so he's made a fortune and lost it 3 times and made it again. Like if he needs money, he can do it. Like he doesn't need to take a cut out of the stimulus package to do it. So I think it's just people trying to blow smoke.
It
Yeah.
is. That's all it is. They're trying to.
And then they try to come back with that the stimulus package with the Green New Deal with all that stuff. It's like
How is
I'm
this
sorry,
gonna-
funding from Planned Parenthood has nothing to do helping the American people that are
But
suffering.
here's the thing you gotta
No, it
realize.
doesn't.
No matter what party you're on, either Democrat or Republican,
Yeah.
they're not going to do something to just fully help us. They're going to do something
yeah.
to help themselves as long as
yeah,
they
never let a
Everything's
crisis
for
go
the
to
vote.
waste.
Everything's for what they want and for the vote.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's
It's
horrible.
terrible.
It is. It is. And it used to not be like that. You go back like.
But sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go. You're good.
How are you going to feel? Because this isn't going to be the only stimulus package released during this whole thing. I think
Yeah.
there's going to be several others.
There will be.
Yeah.
But America can't keep printing money.
No.
No, I know. And that's another thing. So when the stimulus package that they did do, the Democrat one, they wanted to give every family, I believe it was like $7,500, and I'm just like yeah, at some point you got to stop because then we're gonna be
So
toting
inflated.
around. We're gonna tote around wheelbarrows full of money, and it's not gonna buy us crap.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know
if you don't have the gold to back it.
exactly, dude.
I think, like,
What's up?
I know you're.
because I'm a single guy, so I'm getting $1,200. I think that's fine
Mm-hmm.
because I can pay what I need to pay, and I have money for food left over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, you have kids, so you're
Mhm.
getting $500 per kid,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's plenty. I think
Yeah.
it's going to
Yeah.
help you guys, and
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
like you and your wife, or you and your wife. I think that it's enough for a month. I think at least
Mhm.
you're
Yeah.
gonna have to stretch it, but like if I was getting like $2,400 just for me a month, like just
Mhm.
for this, I think that's too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
The bottom line is we're getting something. That has
Yeah.
to go for something.
And it also helps out, like a lot of my banks. Like my wife just put a form in to possibly pause our mortgage payment, and I just got a 90-day. Like they take the payments that you would have made in 90 days for my truck and put it at the end of the loan.
Oh yeah, so they're deferring it.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
still had to pay my insurance. So.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people are doing stuff to try to help.
And did you what AT&T's doing?
No.
They said if you can't pay your phone bill, your network won't be cut off.
Well, that's good.
Did you watch the video I sent you about the West Palm
So-
Beach Council argument?
Yes.
Did you see
Oh,
that?
yeah,
Did
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys see that?
Talk
Oh
about
my
that.
gosh, I'm sorry.
I shared it
wanna
on Facebook.
I want to give that guy a high five.
Yeah, I shared it on Facebook. That
I
guy.
want to give him a high five.
Yeah. Man, what's it? Do you remember the name of the video? Because that's a good.
It was
video.
Palm Beach County.
Yeah.
Where we used to live.
There was a
it was a committee meeting. Yeah.
And now that the lady with the blonde hair, she was the mayor.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's probably.
If you guys get a chance, go watch that video. It's Palm Beach County.
Can you look
If
it
you
up?
follow-
He's a commissioner. It's a
Go-
commissioner's meeting.
Go on YouTube.
If you
and
find
type
it,
in,
they put the link in the description.
Yeah, I'll try to find it and put the link in the
Palm
description.
Beach
So.
County committee meeting gone bad or something like that. That was the title.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy was like,
You
I
cut
think
the people's power off.
he was like,
Yeah.
why? He's like, I'm not done talking, and they're like, no, we're done talking about this. It's
Yeah.
over. And he's like, and then he started talking about the mayor lady.
Yeah.
And she was like saying, oh, you're done, you're fired,
Yeah.
you're done. And he's like, I don't care.
I think, dude, her response was so priceless because he's like, you failed to act, and she's like, I didn't do anything. He's like, you failed to act. She's like, I didn't do anything.
And he was like, all you did was care about this guy's vote. And she was like, I don't know who that was at the podium.
yeah. No, I don't know. I have no idea who that was.
And so how do you feel like, but I feel like that's still going to, so even if, say, the government comes out and says, hey, you don't have to worry about your light bill or your car payment or your cell phone bill, I still feel like that could be bad for, in the long run, with the electric companies or the cell
Yeah.
phone companies and stuff like that, because now they're not getting anything. And it's like, well, then their employees are going to suffer. So
Exactly.
It's like, where's the cycle end where we can draw the line?
And I think you brought up actually an awesome point, and you can tell me what you guys think about this, is a lot of people are going around now, and this is a sensitive subject for some people, about how school loans need to be basically just done away with. You know, that they just need to be forgiven immediately. And I get it, but at some point, like, you have to end it, because then when can I say, well, let me just, forgive my debt to the house, or forgive my debt to the car, or forgive my debt to, because I mean, those are all essentials. You know what I'm saying? So like, when does it stop? And if it doesn't stop, people are gonna hurt somewhere else.
I think maybe school loans should be like, don't worry about it right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
agreed.
See, I
And
agree.
don't worry about
Yeah.
it. We're not going to put interest on it or anything. But
I
I still
agree
think
with you on that.
still
That's
need
a
to
good
pay
idea.
that for your bill.
Yeah.
Well, I do like what Trump did about the whole. He enacted. I forgot. I don't know the verbatim, but he enacted something that they can no longer. All the foreclosures have stopped. All like they can't kick you out for not paying your rent.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
something
agree.
like that.
I mean, I agree with
I
that.
saw a video on that. There was
Yeah.
I forget what
And-
county it was in, but there was a sheriff saying that we're not going to enforce foreclosures, and
Yeah.
we're not going to
Yeah.
do
Or something. I didn't know if it was
evictions.
Trump or
Is
something.
what it was.
But still, like stuff like that. Like I'm sorry. Like I'm okay with that. If someone just like if someone either has to get groceries or pay their rent. Yeah, you're.
I mean, you got to eat.
Exactly.
There's just
Like
a really fine line of like.
Yeah,
Now, if you're like you're a landlord and you go, hey, it's due today, you're getting out.
yeah.
I think it's like, hey, don't worry about it for a few weeks.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it
yeah.
when it comes.
There was a
Kinda play it
there
by
was
ear.
a apartment complex. The guy who owns it went door to door and said, "Hey, the next 2 months, don't worry about it."
But I think
something
it's
like
awesome.
that. And I'm like, I'm
That's
sorry,
great.
like,
Yeah.
and I feel like stuff like this. Everyone says like, oh, like it's all about a me society, and as you can look at the grocery stores, it is. But I feel like this actually does show what people's character is.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
like
kind
even if it's the smallest thing, like we played D&D over our buddy Eric's house, and my wife put over the Facebook saying, "Hey, anybody have any rubbing alcohol?" Because my wife gets prone ear infections, and I put rubbing alcohol in her ear to kill any bacteria, and it actually helps her a lot. Without Brandon saying anything, brought even I know it's just small. It's rubbing alcohol. It's very small, but still he brought it and let us have it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like something like this, it's gonna reveal a lot of
People's
True colors.
true colors, true character.
Yeah.
It is, and it really is. Like,
And
so
honestly,
that's-
we should be like that for people.
Agreed.
We should, but
Agreed.
like, it sucks that it has to be like this to.
But you can't force it either.
No,
You can't, because then there's a fine line between stealing and and then charity. You know what I'm
Can
saying?
you guys remember? I mean, the last time we were truly one nation.
9/12.
Yeah, 9/12. Yeah.
9/12.
Yeah.
Yep.
For
9/12.
like
A couple weeks maybe.
a couple weeks.
So I mean,
But even before that, like I'm talking like throughout the whole course of this.
When I would have to say when I know this is probably very, I guess, frugal. Not frugal. That's not the right word. Very like not. It's not important. It was during the Reagan era when our hockey team beat Russia in the Olympics.
Oh, the miracle.
I'm talking about a world event that was
Honestly,
so profound that this world event pulled us out of the Great Depression, and that's World War II.
Can I-
Yeah.
World War II, our nation was probably one
World
of
War
the
II
most
United
is
strongest
the
united
reason.
ever.
I completely understand. I completely agree. World War II is the reason why our country is this powerful. It is the
Agreed.
reason.
Well, we were
Agreed.
one of the I mean, we were still
we were so
forced to be reckoned
powerhouse.
with,
but the thing
but
is, like,
we were
man for
at
man,
our lowest,
we
and
were.
then we got forced into the
Yeah.
war, and then everybody. They were
Women,
either fighting
children,
for our country, or they were in the
like
the
automobile-
factories,
yeah.
the warehouses.
Mhm.
So
Everything
And, like,
revolved
in-
around
yeah, and
the war.
The war, yeah.
Mhm.
And children were going through like scraps, finding metal and turning it in to the government.
Dude, we were literally one
That was
nation.
it. That
We
I
had-
feel like that was even more than 9/12.
17-year-old boys that were all willing to go
Storming
fight
the
for our
beaches
country.
of Normandy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that?
no, it's
Like,
crazy.
It was men, bro.
Yeah, those
Like
were
that was.
Can you imagine
that
being
was the
17,
greatest,
18 years old?
the greatest
and,
generation. That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
I'll say that there are more men than even some of our oldest, toughest men now.
Absolutely.
Can I just say shout out to all our veterans, please?
Can
Shout
I-
out to all veterans.
I respect them.
There's
And
two
just
two
thank you
things
for your
I
service.
two things I wanted to talk about, and so I think it's funny that our country was really divided, right?
Mhm.
I mean, we can say our country's been the most divided it's been for a long time.
Agreed.
It is.
It is.
And then this happens. Now, this is obviously worldwide,
Yeah.
but stuff like this happens, and it's like, honestly, I don't think it's going to bring us together. I think it's separating us even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
But two,
That's the sad truth to it.
Yeah.
I think this is a wake-up call for us
Mm-hmm.
because we are weak. I think we thought we could live in this type of society forever
Mm-hmm.
and not serve any repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
I think Americans weak in the sense of our immune system, how we treat our bodies, how we live our lives. People either overwork and don't get sleep, or people will just sit around and eat and excuse it, but get fat.
Mm-hmm.
And now this virus comes, and it's like, if you're fat, if you're weak, if you have a weak immune system, you're gonna die maybe. So it's like,
You have a higher
I think it needs it could be a wake up call even for me and for everybody. Is like you really need to take care of your health and your body.
Yeah, it's true.
And that should be the most important thing is your health.
And not just that, I think it also brought up families as well, because now a lot of people are forced to hang out with their family, and for many that's not a big deal, but for some, like, they're hating it. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, if you don't have a good family life, well then, and they use work or whatever to kind of escape it, like, it just kind of shows, like you said, weaknesses in your own life, whether it be health or family or whatever issues. And it's like, look, like, we need to be a strong unit, because a strong family unit creates a strong nation ultimately. And we haven't been arguing on stuff like gender politics or any crap like that. You don't
Honestly,
hear anything about that.
I haven't heard.
I haven't heard anything.
Nothing.
It's all about. But I find it kind of funny. Like all the media was like gender politics,
Racism.
White, black.
PC, white, black. But now it is all about the corona and blaming Trump.
When was the last time I heard about a cop killing?
Oh yeah,
Or
right.
a cop killing a minority.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
No.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
because
It probably still happens, but it doesn't matter.
It is non-stop revolved around this
Corona.
This virus.
Yep.
yeah.
It's true.
Non-stop.
The thing is, like, but like, yeah, like all the deaths and everything it's horrible.
It's actually pretty low
Like,
to like other things.
yeah.
H1N1.
Like I was even telling Brandon, I was
SARS.
like, there's
I think it's beating SARS.
Has it?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Well,
There's
I think it's beaten SARS.
there's an average of
but
30.
H1N1 it still hasn't.
There's an average of 3,200 deaths a day in America with car crashes,
Mhm.
right? If we just posted that nonstop like the media does with Corona, nobody would drive their car.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. Because the odds of you dying in a car crash, driving to the store to get bread,
Mm-hmm.
is way higher than you dying of getting coronavirus.
Aren't you more likely to die in a car crash than you are to get struck by lightning or bit by a shark?
Mhm.
Or
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Way-
you
way
can-
more.
And you can
And
just
then, isn't it something like that?
you can
Mhm.
talk about like gun violence. Like you are more likely to be like get murdered by a hammer.
I think you're more likely to get shot by your own gun
Yeah.
than die from corona.
Well,
It's true. It's true. So, what do you guys think about Trump? How he says he wants to try to open by Easter.
See,
Good idea or bad idea?
I don't think it's.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I think him trying to.
I think it's optimistic.
It's optimistic,
But
but I
don't
feel
see
like
it.
him being the leader he is, I don't think he's like he does have a lot of smart people around him.
Mhm.
He does. He might do questionable things. I'm a Trump supporter, and he does do some questionable.
No, it's
I would have never known.
He is.
I
God
just
himself.
don't.
Oh,
I don't see all this blowing over and just.
No, I
Well,
don't.
what is it?
I
A few
don't.
weeks to
I don't
that?
think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be like this till May, late May.
Here's the thing, though, is I understand it because a lot of people are, giving Trump criticism because he's like, oh, it's like life and death versus the economy. Well, to a very large degree, the economy is life and death. Like the people's ability to feed themselves and to clothe themselves and to work and be able to get that stuff done. Every time, I saw a statistic, and you can look this up, Logan. It was every time the unemployment goes up 1%, that's 40,000 people more a year that will die. And so you can fact check me on that one. But if that's true, it's literally people are going to die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If the unemployment rate and it becomes a Great Depression or a Greater Depression.
Did you hear about this? I don't know. It was just a random girl. She committed suicide because she was alone.
Yep, and then they were talking about stuff like that, suicide, all that stuff, ability to take care of yourself. It goes down because you don't have the job to do it.
There's like being from a law enforcement family, I heard about suicides probably more than the average person, and there's a lot of suicides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Logan.
Okay, so it says fact checking. Every 1% unemployment goes up, 40,000 people die.
Yep. So yeah, every 1%, 40,000 people die. But I mean, so it is. It's life and death. So if you're criticizing Trump, like understand either way, people are dying. And so you got to try to.
And it's sad that you have to blame our leader.
Yeah, and I mean,
probably doing this.
But that's just human nature to blame something so you feel better.
exactly.
And
Agreed.
to all the media, that's their bread and butter. Blame him.
Like I mean, and what
That's terrible.
It's an easy scapegoat.
it's like, what do you do? Like, what do you do as a leader? Like, I mean, what would you do? Like, literally, whoever is listening to this, like, what would you do as a leader to combat this?
There's no way.
I would hate that pressure.
First of
bro.
all, even if I had the
I
capability,
would not want to be in Trump's shoes right now.
No.
I would not be a president. That is probably the worst job in the world.
Hold on. Did you ever see the before and after Obama pictures of him
Yeah, he
taking
looks rough.
office
He looks
and
rough.
him his last year in office?
No, I didn't.
Dude, it looks like an old.
He aged, right?
Oh, he aged so bad.
I can't imagine the
Yeah.
stress that they deal with.
Yeah,
I can't. Like, I would not want that job.
I can't imagine how somebody, because you know how we only have 2 terms, somebody that would want to stay in that, dude. Like,
Yeah, 8 years.
like, oh my goodness. Like, I'm saying, even
Trump's
if we
pretty
did
good,
more.
bro.
Off topic. Have you seen the recent interviews with Joe Biden?
Oh my god.
He's like senile. Like legit,
Yeah,
he
like,
forgets
legit.
what he's saying. Mid speech, he'll be like, "Yeah, Trump, he shouldn't be doing that." And
What?
he'll just kind of stop talking.
Yep.
And they're like, "Mr. Biden, yeah."
I'm not gonna lie, it would probably be mildly entertaining to watch him go as a president.
Did you see the guy? It was at like a steel mill or it was at a factory, and he was basically saying he was more about like the Second Amendment and everything like that. And he goes, he tells Joe like, "You work for me." Joe's response, "I don't work for you. If you're a president, yeah, you do."
Nope.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, just by his reaction towards that, I don't want him in office. Just because he said that.
Can I ask the question before we end?
Yeah.
Where do you think by May, let's say mid-May, Where do you guys think we're gonna be at? You can start.
I think it's probably going to be slowed down. At least, I think mid-May. I think we're going to start leaning towards a lot more normality. Thank you, normality than anything.
Like things opening back up.
Yeah, I think the end of April. I'll even say that. But I think mid-May, I think even more like everything is like coming back, kind of thing.
What are you, Brandon?
I mean, probably originally I would have said kind of close to what he said, but honestly, I think maybe by May we're going to be looking at probably 500,000, if not more, cases. Because I think it's going to, because just in the short amount of time, we went from just a couple weeks ago, like probably the hundreds, now we're at 80,000.
I think when our last podcast was like 2 weeks ago,
it was like a week and some change.
It was like, how many confirmed cases? Like 40,000?
Yeah.
I think less than that.
I think it was less than that.
I think it was a lot less than that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because there's only 72 deaths.
Yeah.
I remember that. And
I think
now
it was.
There's
It's
1,500.
spiked since.
I think it was only like several hundred, like 300 to 500 somewhere in there, and then it just went.
Oh, it was 17,000.
Okay,
It was 17,000. Yeah.
But I
So
think-
yeah, we've more than what? We've quadrupled it. Yeah.
Well, you're in the medical profession. Correct me if I'm wrong. But wouldn't the number go up anyways because we're getting more test kits?
Well, that's exactly
Yeah.
correct.
That's
Isn't that
So even the Surgeon General was saying, you test all these people, right, and
Yeah.
you have a number. Okay,
You
well
have
all
100.
these start coming back positive. It's going to spike up.
Yeah.
But then you're going to level off, and there's going to be more spikes because it's highly infectious, and then it's just a, it's
So,
it's a vicious
so
cycle.
what do you think we're going to be in May?
What do I think?
Yeah.
Well, obviously it's going to get much more worse. I think it's to be quite honest, I think it's going to be pushing in June, July before we start seeing normality again. I think it's going to get worse in April, actually.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be still. I think we're gonna be worse off in May.
Mm-hmm.
And then but the thing about the coronavirus, it's so weird because they can't pinpoint it.
Yeah.
You can't pinpoint it. I've heard some doctors say, oh, in June and July it's gonna fall down until October when it starts getting colder and it's going to see spikes go back up. I've seen some doctors say, nope, this virus isn't affected by heat. It's just gonna be here. So I've also heard
I
this.
don't know if that's true or not.
I heard there's a second strand too.
I've heard it's not true. I've heard from several doctors it's not true. Then I've heard from some doctors it is
Well,
true.
I've heard both too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard.
And also now
I've heard both.
we're seeing healthy people get sick and get really sick and die. Like there's a guy who's a triathlon athlete who has no health problems, but genetically his family has health problems, so he's in a breathing what's it called, aspirator thing.
Ventilator.
Ventilator, yeah.
My bad. Yeah, ventilator. So it's like, well, now we have to second guess everything. It's like, and now they're saying even possibly blood types. Like your blood type depends on
Yeah, I
if
saw
you
that
get
too.
sick or not.
I don't think they honestly even.
Yeah, I think-
and that's why I'm saying I think in
they're
May we're
guessing,
going to be
like,
way worse off.
I think they're honestly like, if you had like a dartboard, all right, well let's test it for this. So like whatever it lands on, throw it. Okay, maybe we'll test it on blood type and see if that's
Yeah.
what it is. This, I don't think they honestly really know.
Well, if it's the blood type, I'm pretty good then because I'm resistant to it. It's the people that have O bloods.
I heard A is worse, but
Yeah, A is worse.
Honestly,
I
I have no idea what my blood type is.
I'm O
how old are
positive.
you? And you don't know what your blood type is?
Honestly, I don't.
Yeah, me and my kids are A, or not A. O positive.
yeah,
yeah, we're good, man.
But yeah, I don't think I don't think we're gonna be worse off in May.
Did y'all hear about the guy that drank
Yes.
water chemical?
Yes.
And then he what was it? No, it was fish tank.
He drank koi pond to get koi pond stuff to like kill parasites, and he blamed Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, he drank
Oh,
it.
Jesus.
The guy OD'd on it.
Well, him and his wife both drank it.
And then the media was like, oh, the medicine that Trump suggested, they got sick off of it. No, they didn't. They drank chemical
Yeah.
that you
You
would
shouldn't
get
drink.
sick. You shouldn't drink.
Yeah. No. I mean, people aren't very smart.
No, they're not.
I
Back-
agree.
Back to Biden real quick. Did you guys see that he has a sex allegation against him now?
I thought he's
Does he really?
Yeah, he
does.
does.
It's legit too. It's
I thought
one
he
of
had
his staffers.
several
Yeah.
allegations.
I think
One of
this
his
is like,
staffers.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's like an official.
Look at it. He looks like a creepy old man.
Have you seen the videos of him
Dude,
and
the
the
man
kids?
sniffs people.
Have you seen his face? He looks like a lizard person. Like
He looks like the guy that played banjo on the bridge. On what's that movie called?
his face is like this,
Deliverance.
and like he's
The
got
guy,
this like
the kid
spray
that's playing the
paint.
banjo. He
Yeah.
legit side by side. That could be his son.
Well, that guy was a molester too. So I mean, if it's
Yeah.
You see all the people on Facebook saying it's like the end times now.
it is,
What do you guys think about that?
I won't get into that now.
it's not in times, dude.
No, it's going to be a lot worse during those
It's gonna
times.
be 1,000 times worse.
Wow, like I mean, like I don't want to take away from because it's sad people are dying, but death toll wise, it's
No, yeah.
clearly not. Like if I was a Jew in World War II, I would think it was end times.
Yeah, right.
Like that would be legitimate.
Yeah.
But all right, we'll start wrapping it up. Any last thoughts or comments that you guys want to make?
No, just stay safe. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Don't buy gluten-free food. So my
Can I
wife
say
can buy it,
something?
please.
Like, the thing that bugs me is going out in the world. I see people wearing masks, but they're not wearing masks properly.
It's not doing anything.
It's not helping you at all.
Edu-
Like, just be mindful. If you wear just a regular surgical mask, that's great. I mean, it'll protect you from somebody coughing on you.
mhm.
But I mean, other than that, like if you touch something and then scratch your face or something, it's not gonna protect you at all. If you have a respirator, make sure it's tightly sealed,
Mhm.
because if not, it's not protecting you at all. Like I've seen people wearing N95 respirators, and they only have one strap on, and the bottom one is just dangling here, and when they're walking, the mask is literally going like this. And I'm just like, why wear it? You look like a stupid idiot.
I was in the store the other day, and the guy was wearing a surgical mask, but it wasn't covering his nose, and it was like you could see his top lip. I was like,
That is not protecting you
Yeah,
at
what are
all.
you doing, man?
Wow.
I'm sorry, those are the same people that are buying up all the toilet paper. Same people.
Like, so just be mindful of that. Wear
Listen,
wear it properly.
I have Crohn's disease, so I need a whole toilet paper I can get.
Exactly. Like, and my wife might have Crohn's disease, so leave some toilet paper for people with issues. All right.
I know it's getting serious
Moderation.
out there with. Did you guys see that thing? There was like this thing. It's like how to piss off your neighbors, and somebody like prints out like all these pictures of
Oh, yeah,
toilet
he put
paper,
it on the
and he put it on the window, and he like taped it, so it looks like he has stacks of toilet paper. I was like, that's great, that's genius. But all right, we'll end it there. Then Logan, you got any comments?
No.
How's it
All right,
affecting Generation Z?
It's very annoying.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
You're out of school though.
Yeah, that is true. But but the thing is, whenever flu season comes around,
Mhm.
you see no one washing their hands, no one doing the proper hygiene.
Yeah, most don't care.
You know
Yeah,
why?
Huh?
Because flu is old news.
It's all about that
Of course,
corona.
Whenever this,
It's all about the Rona.
They calling it the Rona.
Everyone
now.
starts
Corona.
buying
You got
soaps and
coronavirus.
everything like that.
You got corona.
And I think the media is just totally blowing this out of the water, and everyone's just freaking out over it. And like you said about Trump, like they just want to make him look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like all that is right.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I do agree with that, but I agree with the fact that the media is blowing it way out of proportion. But I do think that
It's a threat.
it is a threat. You do need to
It
take
is
it
a threat,
seriously.
but not how they're portraying it.
Yeah,
Does that
like
make
people
sense?
are. Did you know? For you to buy meat, any kind of like chicken, ground turkey from Publix, you have to get. There's a line at like 6 a.m. The store opens at 8. Within an hour, all that's gone.
Yeah.
All of it's gone. Dude, they do know the grocery stores aren't closing down. They're essential. They're not closing down. Okay?
You're essential.
Shout out to them, by the way.
Oh, all the
You
essentials.
have
Yeah.
to realize people are very weak-minded.
They are.
They are. Yeah, that's very,
And
very true.
narrow-minded too. They see one thing and then it's just tunnel vision on that.
I will say this too, which this is kind of a revelation for some people. You're not going to make it out of life alive. If you don't die by the virus, you're going to die by something else eventually.
Exactly.
So, and I'm,
Why live your life in fear?
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I'm not
be smart.
I'm not
but,
saying
like,
be dumb. Yeah, be wise. Definitely be wise. But I mean,
No,
if
we're
you're
not
just
saying go lick doorknobs or
yeah, no, I know. Yeah, don't be
Or
dumb.
lick Magic Kingdom windows.
But we're all dying.
Did you see about that the guy that was licking stuff at Walmart? He got arrested and charged with terrorist threats.
Yeah, people are stupid.
I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for him.
I don't know.
I don't. He wanted the views, and guess what? He got the.
Yeah, well, you can
Arrested.
enjoy prison.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's not a good idea in this time.
Don't.
That's not a good idea anywhere.
I did hear
I'm
about
just
this
saying,
guy.
during this time,
People
I mean,
are dirty.
Yeah,
like,
people are
Oh my
dirty.
gosh,
people
they're
are
so-
disgusting.
Yeah, they are.
I'm disgusting. You're disgusting. Like, we're all disgusting in our
In
own
our own
way.
ways, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like-
true.
Did you hear what the CEO of Publix? He came out. I think it was like a couple weeks ago. He says if people just went week by week buying the normal amount of groceries, we wouldn't have shortages anywhere.
We
Like,
shouldn't
our
have
warehouse-
shortages anyway.
We shouldn't.
Yeah.
But he even comes out. Our warehouses are packed full. We're not out of food. Okay. If everyone just went week by week, normal shopping, we would be able to restock everything normally, and no one be out.
I will say that that's kind of compounding on itself because let me ask you guys this: if like you guys see that there's toilet paper, right? What are you gonna do?
I would buy some.
Well, I actually need
Well, we
some.
were-
No, but I know.
we
But
were
I'm
at
just
the
saying.
store actually yesterday, and the only toilet paper that was available was a big value pack. So we're like, we might as well get it.
Yeah.
And so we have it.
And we, which even before all this started, we stock up like a couple months worth of toilet paper, anyways, like in
Yeah.
our closet. Like that's just normal for us. So like we're good for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I have like,
Brandon's address is.
I swear.
like I have like, I still have like a pack left, but I'm still like, if I go to Walmart, I'm gonna grab another pack just because like I don't know
Exactly,
if,
you
if
don't
I
know
go to
when.
the store next week if there's gonna be any.
Like I was at the store the other day and I saw that there was paper towels, which that's another thing that's disappearing fast. And I didn't need it, but I was just like, I might as well just get one just in case, you know. Like I don't know when the next time
When I
I'm going to
went
be.
to Walmart the other day for batteries, I literally saw groups of people carrying around 5 packs of toilet paper.
You know what's starting to go slim now? Laundry detergent.
Really?
We're at the
No.
store and literally laundry detergent was getting slim on the shelf and
Really?
it said 1 per customer. I'm like,
I can
laundry
understand.
detergent?
I can
Wow.
understand a slight increase of volume in stores because people are home more, people are cooking more.
Yeah, that makes
But like,
sense.
just because there's a virus doesn't mean the food is going bad
Mhm.
or there's no food. Everything
Yeah.
else should be working normally.
Dude, I can imagine there's probably like aliens watching us and they're like, how did humanity end?
You
Well,
heard
they
that-
bought all the toilet paper and they wiped themselves out.
You know that's that's
On that
actually
note,
that's actually real
On
quick.
that note, we're ending.
Hold on, wait.
There's actually a theory. So one of the smartest people alive, Neil deGrasse.
Mm-hmm. Neil deGrasse.
One of his theories is why aliens haven't made contact with us. Because because we're either too stupid, or 2, they can't see us with all the satellites. He's like they're like they kind of came by. We're like, wow, these people are idiots. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, on that one, we'll wrap it up. All right. So, if you guys liked it, please click that subscribe button, the like button that's right there. If you need help finding it, well, then there's no helping you. You're probably the one stocked up on toilet paper. But we love you guys. Be smart out there. It's very possible. Be smart out there. Love each other. Support each other. It's not all about you. Like I said, none of us are leaving life alive, so you might as well do the most good while you can. And we will see you guys on the next episode, all right? See you guys. Bye.